Sometimes I get this weird pain in my chest. It's almost like someone's trying to stab me really slowly right through the heart. It's difficult to explain, but if I had to compare it to something, it would be like you not giving up on this stupid series and making me do another episode after 4 months. I tried to just ignore it. I tried to post other content filled with information to help you out, try to save you some money, help with limited play, and yet, even when I put countless hours of work into that, I get comments like this and this and this over and over again on every video. So you know what? Fine. Not like this is our channel or anything, since none of you will shut up about it. Fine. Let's talk about some dog crap pile of junk garbage. The fact that you enjoy this series, where did I go wrong making this channel? I hate my life. Steadfastness is 2 mana for a sorcery. Creatures you control get +0/+3 until end of turn. Holy mother. Okay, yeah, 2 mana for +0/+3 to your entire team isn't bad. Makes for a decent defensive combat trick. There's only one issue. It's a small one, but it's still an issue. It's a sorcery. Why would this be a sorcery? This isn't going to save your creatures from anything. Also, for the record, and this is probably the thing that bothers me the most, that flavor text. Brute force wins the battle, conviction wins the war. Hey, dude who wrote that, you're an idiot. Conviction wins the war? What about your conviction to defense? You say brute force doesn't win the war, then what does? Because you can't use this disease-ridden cardboard embarrassment for anything on defense. So when you decide to attack, you have to let your opponent know that your butts are huge. That's brute force, by the way, that isn't conviction. You're putting up a giant wall then trying to beat your opponent in the face with it. That isn't conviction. Conviction is being on defense and outlasting your opponent. But guess what? That isn't going to happen because your creatures don't have any toughness. Sorcery speed? I can't get over this. It's like throwing your swords on the ground, picking up a wholesale pig, and attacking with that instead. Unreal. Portal was a stupid set. Aethertide is X and a blue for a sorcery. Choose and discard X creature cards. Return X target creatures to their owner's hands. I need a second. I'm trying to count the different ways this card gives me indigestion. I was going to do a whole little skit here where I list off all the things wrong with this card, make fun of red players, the whole shtick, but I just can't be bothered, so I'm going to rant. This card is stupid. Returning creatures to their owner's hand has value. It does. It has lots of value. The problem, doing it at sorcery speed isn't exactly backbreaking. Also, you have to discard cards for each creature. Come on. Not only that, but the cards have to be creatures, so everything else is dead in your hand. And lastly, and this is basically the cherry on top of your garbage cake, you need to spend X mana to do it too. Let's say you want to return 2 creatures to their owner's hands, but you forgot your unsummons at the common sense store, so you're playing this mess of a card. You need to pay 3 mana, discard 2 creature cards, and cast this card to do it. You're using 3 cards from your hand and 3 mana at sorcery speed to unsummon 2 creatures. Was that worth it? Was it? Oh, it was? Wow, good for you. You understand the concept of card advantage as much as a mono red player. Actually got my unsold in anyways, so booyah. Orcish Mine is, wow, that text box makes me want to play Barbie Horse Adventure. Let's read the errata text. 1 of anything and 2 red for an enchant land. It enters the battlefield with 3 ore counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep or whenever enchanted land becomes tapped, remove an ore counter from the mine. When the last ore counter is removed from the mine, destroy enchanted land and the mine deals 2 damage to that land's controller. Wow, even back when they wanted players to jump through hoops for some friggin' land destruction, Orcish Mine is the most roundabout way to kill a land I've seen in a while. And just to make sure I know this card is legitimate trash, there are 8 known commander decks that run it. 8. We're talking about a format that finds use for basically anything. But Orcish Mine? Nope. This weird delayed land destruction crap is stupid. You spend your entire turn, because it's a sorcery, casting this on your opponent's land and then just looking at them like, oh yeah, in a turn or 2? Oh man, you'll be sorry. I hate myself. You see, it's not exactly what you want to be doing, right? I feel like I understand the flavor behind the mine. Man, Stone Rain is fine. Why can't players just like Stone Rain? Like Devotion to Red? I don't know. Ugh. All right. From the moment I saw this, I don't even want to call it a card. That's how bad it is. From the moment I saw this paper byproduct of disgust, I didn't know what to do with it. Honestly, I didn't know. Maybe you can make some sense out of it. Of course, if you can and you defend it, you're automatically banned from the channel, so good luck. Primordial Ooze is 1 red mana for a 1/1 ooze that attacks each turn of Able. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on the ooze. Then you may pay X, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on it. If you don't, tap it and it deals X damage to you. Okay, now calm down. I know half of you stopped listening after I said it gets a free +1/+1 counter at the beginning of your upkeep. Well, pay attention next time. That counter comes with some serious baggage. If you don't pay mana equal to the counters on it, you tap it and it deals that much damage to you. This gets worse every turn. It's like a very aggressive cumulative upkeep staring you right in the face. How is that worth it? Eventually, you'll run out of mana or life. That's terrible. You're staring your opponent's win condition right in the face. Now, I know there are a billion of you right now about to spam the comments, but Wedge, Zedrew, haha, 420 YOLO swag, blaze it. Shut up. The deck doesn't even use Primordial Ooze. Yeah, that's how bad it is. The one singular deck it could be in, which by the way didn't exist for like 15 years after this stupid piece of feces was printed, doesn't even run it. What now then? Primordial Ooze is so trash it's unbelievable. Turn 2, you pay 2 mana for a 2/2 or take 2 damage. 3 mana on turn 3 for a 3/3 or more damage. There is no good reason to play the Ooze ever. Not a single one. If you own copies of this card, you need to go all Fahrenheit 451 on them right now. Not saying Bradbury had this card in mind when he wrote it, but, just look at it. I kind of hate outros for this series. Have we tried selling anything yet? It's been a solid few minutes without selling out at all, right? Heaven forbid. Keep the channel going. Don't expect episode 13 anytime soon. Oh God, episode 13. That's the worst series ever and the 13th episode. No, that's just... YouTube will ban the channel, right? Yeah, crap. This video is brought to you in part by the cheapest website to buy singles from if you live in the United States. You've heard us talk about this before. Why aren't you buying from TCG Player? I don't understand. Look, here are some prices next to some Kaladesh boxes and packs and stuff. The set just came out. Enjoy it. Unlike these cards. Don't enjoy these cards. These cards are awful. Like my draft pool last night. I don't want to talk about it. Bye.